Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. It's nice to see you today.
Nice to see you too today.
Yay! So tell me, Miss Thing, how's your morning going?
Morning's fabulous. We just did a virtual meetup, met a bunch of fabulous women in business, and now I get to spend some more time with you here live.
Yay. I love going to the mob. I love starting my morning with the mob. It just makes me so happy.
Great group.
Yep, it is. So, Liz, I'm super excited that our conference planning is already changing the way that we do business in the world.
Has it
making us braver?
Has it affected you personally? Because it's affected me personally.
Well, it has. It has, because I'm learning so much about the finance and mortgage industry.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It's pretty interesting business, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
It's very interesting. And for me, it's forced me to walk the talk, right? Like step up and be brave and do the things that I tell other women to do. And it's scary sometimes asking for what you need. It's terrifying asking for what you need. And then you're always second guessing yourself. Like, do I really need that? Maybe I just think I need that. Or then you have the conversation with your regional or your boss or your area manager, your branch manager, your sales manager, and you're like, I just think I could do more if I had X, Y, and Z. And then those managers, who may or may not be women, chances are not statistically, say, you don't really need that. You just need to focus more, or you need to turn in a better file, or
you need to focus more. Don't like gloss that over. I'm sharing our video. That's why I'm slightly distracted.
No, that's fine. I'm sure too, but I don't multitask.
Can we go back to that for just a minute?
Yeah.
I would like you to talk about why women get told to focus more.
Oh my gosh, you're probably going to have more insight into this than me. This is why I pair up with you. But I think it's.
But why in the mortgage industry do you think women get told to focus more?
I think, well, if you want my gut, I think it's a scam. I think it's a distraction from giving us actually what we need. I mean, in some cases, we need to focus, and there's always things we can improve on. But if you have an employee saying, I think I could do a better job if, at some level, you should work with them and figure out a path to get them to that, and actually show up for it. And I've had people say that they would help me, but they don't actually help me. They never follow through with that. So if you're saying you need something, and you keep saying it politely, and you keep saying it politely, and you keep saying it politely, at some point you get to not be so polite. And that looks different for different people, and different bosses react differently. Some can take it, some can't. I work for some that I can't. I've had a boss where I've had to actually call him and tell him I still like him, when I have expressed in no uncertain terms that there was something that I expected, because I wasn't getting it, even though I kept asking for it. Not that it was necessarily his fault, but he's my point person, right? So I think sometimes we're pushed off course, and I think it's deliberate, and sometimes I think it is unconscious. But I really, really, really want us to own that there are things we need for our business that maybe other people are getting that we're not. And it's time to say, this is what I expect, and you need to deliver. All of us are making our companies money. We all sit in more power than we're aware of. And so if it's that assistant,
I love that.
If it's an assistant that you really need, if it's a processor to do more calling on conditions and your processor just isn't really into that, then you need a different processor. That's I guess my soapbox.
I really love that. We all sit in more power than we're aware of.
Always.
So good. So how has planning this conference, because part of our goal is to create a brave space for women to really come together and shift the way they own their wealth.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So how has just the planning of this conference created opportunity for you to be more brave?
So I think we all encounter situations that we're not anticipating. I said to one of my friends, Jennifer, a long time ago, I said, we need to stop saying when things calm down, we will. Dot, 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 whatever that is, because it doesn't ever calm down. And so I came to the conclusion a long time ago that stuff's just going to get nuts regularly and we can't control it. So this has made me brave to say in those moments, instead of just taking what was given to me in these moments, which is what I do a lot, because we have that whole, we don't want to offend people when we get offers, right? I've learned to pivot. I've learned to step back, get out of my head. We talked about this, get more in my body, take a deep breath and say, what else is possible for me in this moment? Mm-hmm. Do I really have to take what was given? Mm-hmm. And I get to choose how I react to it. And that has been a really a big game changer for me personally. Yeah. So that's what I want to encourage. We've all, whether your company's being sold or you get a different regional or things change or comp plans are not given or promises aren't followed through. Okay, take yourself out of your head, take a deep breath, and what really are my options and where is my power?
Mm-hmm. I love that so much. I just think it's so incredible. You're like full of nuggets and gems today. What's happening with you?
I don't know. I got a good night's sleep.
I think I love that you got a good night's sleep.
I did.
So, what is your hope for this week when people watch this video and people connect with it? What is your hope that people will learn about the conference and what we're doing?
I really want our conference to be based on facts, statistics. I'm not here to convince anybody that we get paid less than men, because that's already out there. The numbers are there. Mortgage Banking Association will tell you that. Any industry will tell you that. All industries, women are paid less. People of color are paid even less. I don't need to convince you of that. What I want to show you is that we still have more power than we think we do, and that there's ways to deal with it. If we just acknowledge it consciously, we then can move on from there. We don't have to do it angry. Everybody has their own style, but let's just acknowledge it and say, what are we going to do about this? And how am I going to help my own business navigate through this to get what I need and what I want and what I dreamed of being? I mean, I know a lot of women who had dreams of certain production amounts, but you aren't allowed to have an assistant until you reach a certain level. And so you end up working 24 hours, 7 days a week, burning yourself out, trying to get there. And you may or may not be able to get over that hump. Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do if you can't get over that hump? And we want to talk about, what are those obstacles keeping you from being who you really want to be?
Yeah. And I think we're going to address that a lot in the conference, about how to get over obstacles and how to really achieve these goals that you're setting forth for yourself in your life and in your business.
Yeah. And transparency. I really dig in this transparency thing. Is really, Missy and I have some stuff we're working through on that, to just be like, how do you know when you get a good offer? How do you know that you're being paid fairly? And I want to come up with some solutions for that. And I want to talk about that.
Yeah, because I think what I'm hoping women walk away from after they attend the conference is the knowledge that that everyone has the capacity to negotiate for more, right?
Yes.
Like the empowerment and the capacity to be able to negotiate for more and say, actually, this is really what you're going to do for me.
Yeah. Not so long ago, in another life, in another space, I was given an offer to a company, and I had a coworker and I that were sharing what our offers were to this company. And the offer was not great, not in love with it. And the other coworker, who was a man, was having a conversation with the person that presented the offer. And they said, I really need this changed because I don't want to pay for X. And the person making the offer said, oh, we've got room for that. So that says to me that I wasn't being offered all I could be offered.
Right.
And sometimes we get really self-conscious about what value we bring. We start questioning what value you bring. Am I really worth it? Am I really getting a worse offer? I'm just here to say that there's more for you, and you need to know that this is an industry full of money. And so don't cheap out on yourself.
Yeah, like ask for all. Ask for it all, right?
Yeah.
Ask
Right.
for everything.
Ask
I
for
used to work with a coach that Susan Hyatt, here's your shout out.
Yeah.
Who talked about ask for everything, right? She would do these challenges where every day you'd have to ask for something harder.
It's
harder,
scary
harder.
and hard to breathe when you do, by the way.
Right. Yeah, it can be. Although
Yeah.
when you do it more often,
It's
when you
easier.
start asking for big giant things, it just gets easier and easier and easier. So when you ask for everything, stuff just starts to fall into line. It's really amazing what happens.
Yeah. And you don't have to move companies to ask for more, by the way.
No, you do not have to move companies to ask for more.
Mm-mm.
You can really get what you want without having to transition and start over again.
Right.
And I think that's something that's really, really important for women to remember. And I want women who come to this conference to feel like they are going to walk away with the knowledge that they don't have to disrupt their whole lives to ask for everything.
No, you don't.
In fact, you can start making it a practice really regularly. And so I think it's all about creating a brave space where you can learn how to do those things and hone in on those skills and make it what you want it to be. So
Everything. There's enough for everybody. I got good news for you. There's enough for everybody.
That's right, because there's so much money in the mortgage industry. It's bananas.
There's so much money in the world.
There's so much money in the world, right?
There's enough for everybody.
Yeah, so good. So here is my ask. I would love it after you watch this video if you will share it on your personal Facebook pages and share it with the people that you know who work in real estate and finance and insurance and mortgage. And let's get some people signing up for the conference. Also, if you know anyone who wants to be a sponsor, I've included the link in the comments, and I'd love for you to forward our information to people that you know.
And really, we're talking about information that is good for just about any woman in any business. Right? We call it the
building leadership
mortgage. Yep. But it's really about owning your worth and asking for what you need. Yeah.
So good. I love it so much. Thanks for joining me today, Liz.
Yay. See you next week then.
Yay. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.